Yes, hello everyone. Am I audible? Everyone in the group, everyone in the live. Just write yes or no in the chat box if I'm audible. Okay. Okay. So hello everyone. Let me give my brief introduction. Okay. So my name is Pranshu Rathod and I work as a technical trainer for Selected.com. And I have total 6+ years of experience as a full stack developer and as a technical trainer. And I have taught around 15,000 plus students pan India, both online and offline. Okay, so today's session is we are just taking on React.js. Okay, so we will learn about the fundamentals of React.js, why we use React.js. Okay, and what how we will get a roadmap. Okay, so how we can start learning React. Okay. So my voice is lagging. Okay, just give me a minute. Let me change my network. Uh, am I clear now? Yes, it is buffering, Prasad, right? Okay. It will be a little buffering will be there. 1.5 or 2 seconds buffering will be there. Okay. It will be a little buffering will be there. One point. Right. Okay. So I'm just sharing my screen. So please confirm my screen is visible or not. My screen is visible. Okay. Okay, so let us start. Okay, so let us understand what is React.js. So I have some slides. So I'll just open this one. Okay, this is the last one. Yes. Okay. So let us understand. Okay, why how React came in the market. React कैसे आया market में. Okay, and single page applications पर हमने कैसे transition की. Okay, from multiple page applications to single page application. Right. So there are now two types of applications. Okay. First one is server side rendered applications and second one is client side rendered application. Okay. So 2010 से पहले, okay, if we talk about 2010, before 2010. So before 2010, every website, okay. So 2010 से पहले हम web applications नहीं बोलते थे, हम websites ही बोलते थे. Okay. So सारी website जो है वो server side rendered होती है. तो सर्वर साइड रेंडर का मतलब कि जो भी आपकी वेबसाइट आएगी, ओके, वो एक सर्वर के थ्रू आएगी. HTML CSS जावास्क्रिप्ट सर्वर से आएगा. देन आपका ब्राउजर इन तीनों फाइल्स को एग्जीक्यूट करेगा, HTML CSS एंड जावास्क्रिप्ट, और फिर इन तीनों को रेंडर करने के बाद आपको आपके ब्राउजर पर एक वेब पेज दिखेगा. सो दिस इज नोन एट सर्वर साइड रेंडरिंग, जहां से हमारा जो वेबसाइट है वो सर्वर से आता है, किसी भी सर्वर से आ सकता है. सो सर्वर साइड रेंडरिंग के यहाँ पर कुछ एग्जांपल्स हैं, लाइक वर्डप्रेस. ओके, सो वर्डप्रेस से आप जो भी वेबसाइट्स बनाते हो दैट आर सर्वर साइड रेंडर. ओके, देन नेक्स्ट डॉट जेएस एंड रीमिक्स, ये अभी नए फ्रेमवर्क्स हैं विच आर बेस्ड ऑन रिएक्ट ओनली. सो रिएक्ट के अंदर ये फ्रेमवर्क्स होते हैं नेक्स्ट एंड रीमिक्स, जिससे आप एक सर्वर साइड रेंडरिंग SSR एप्लीकेशन बना सकते हो. सो यहाँ पर लिखा भी हुआ है द ओल्ड वे बट नाउ गेटिंग मॉडर्न अगेन. ठीक है, ये बहुत ही पुराना तरीका था, बट अब हम इसको दोबारा मार्केट में लेके आए इन अ मॉडर्न वे बाय यूजिंग नेक्स्ट एंड रीमिक्स. देन आफ्टर 2010 क्लाइंट साइड रेंडरिंग वाली चीज आने लग गई मार्केट में, सिंगल पेज एप्लीकेशंस आने लग गए थे द मॉडर्न वे. ओके, जहां पर क्या होगा, हमारे सर्वर से बस क्या आएगा, डेटा आएगा. through APIs. ओके, एंड हम अपने ब्राउजर पर क्या करेंगे, उस एप्लीकेशन को चलाएंगे और हम एपीआई से बार बार वो डेटा लेते रहेंगे फ्रॉम दी सर्वर और उस डेटा को रेंडर करते रहेंगे ऑन आवर वेबसाइट और ऑन आवर वेब एप्लीकेशन. ओके, हियर यहाँ से शुरू हुआ था सिंगल पेज एप्लीकेशंस का era. ठीक है, सिंगल पेज पर वेबसाइट्स बन रही थी. ठीक है, जहां पर सिर्फ आप एक सिंगल पेज पर काम करोगे, बस कंपोनेंट्स चेंज होते रहेंगे. राइट. Okay, so was this thing clear to everyone? Okay, I have to switch my tabs. Yes, this thing was clear to everyone. Server side rendering and client side rendering. Just write yes or no. Okay. Okay, now let us understand single page applications with vanilla JavaScript. Okay. So suppose if I don't have React, okay, I don't have React. If I have to make single page applications with vanilla JavaScript, okay, then what things I have to do? It is written here. Okay, so I have to handling the data and displaying data. Okay, there are two phases in single page applications. You have to handle the data and you have to display the data on your front end or on your user interface. Okay. Then user interface needs to stay in sync with data. Okay, let us take the example of weather application. Okay, so if you have seen the weather application, their data is total real time. Okay, it will change in period of time. Okay, so that is why if data is real time, then our data should be in sync with our front end or our UI. Okay, as the temperature changes in a weather application, so that changed temperature should be reflected immediately to our UI. Okay, so it is a very hard problem to solve. So that is why we don't make single page applications with vanilla JavaScript. Means vanilla JavaScript means by using pure HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Okay. So these are some challenges that we face by building single page applications with vanilla JavaScript. Okay. Handling of data is a problem. Displaying of data is a problem, and stay in sync is the problem. Okay. If we make applications SPA, single page application with vanilla JavaScript. So what is the meaning of keeping UI in sync with data? So here let us take the example of Airbnb application. So if you don't know, Airbnb is a website where you can book hotels and stays all over the world. Okay. So in this Airbnb website, I have multiple types of data. Okay. I have map. Okay, I have map where the data is there. Then I have a list of hotels. So this data is also there. Then I have a filter. Okay, on the top, you can see one filter is there where I will put the date, I will put the place, and this is also some data that is put by user. Okay, so there are multiple types of data on a website, or we can say web application. So if someone change the filter, okay, if you go to Amazon and if you apply the filters for products, okay, so if you change the filter, this list of data also changes, right? If you change the filter, this list of data also changes. And if this list of data is changing, then this map will also change, right? So you can see that one data is dependent on one another. Okay, every data is dependent of one another. Or if the map changes, then this list of data will also change. Right. So that is the meaning of keeping UI in sync with data. So that is the very complex problem that we cannot solve with pure HTML, CSS, or JavaScript, or we can say vanilla JavaScript. Right. So everyone got it. Everyone got the idea that yes, beginner can join this session. This is purely for beginners only. Okay. Yes, so everyone got the point up till here. What is the meaning of keeping data in sync with UI? Yes, please type yes or no so that we can proceed further. Okay. Okay. Correct. Now let us see the next thing. Okay, so here it is also written keeping UI and data in sync would be virtually impossible with just vanilla JavaScript. Okay. So let us see single page application. So problems with jQuery also. jQuery is a very popular library of JavaScript. Okay. So what is the problem with the vanilla JavaScript and jQuery? It requires a lot of direct DOM manipulation and traversing. That is the imperative approach. Okay, so there are two approaches for developing front end. One is imperative approach and one is declarative approach. So we will understand this difference also in the later slides. First, let us understand what is DOM manipulation and what is traversing. Okay, so have you guys worked on JavaScript? Do you know what is DOM manipulation? Yes, please type yes and no in the chat box. Okay. Okay, I'll just give you a brief idea what is DOM manipulation. Okay. So DOM manipulation is a technique where you change the elements of HTML. Okay, so it is a technique of modifying HTML elements. Okay. So if I do the DOM manipulation, then there will be a lot of operational I need means I need a lot of resources to perform that operation. So it is a very cost operation. Okay, ज़्यादा cost लगेगा उस operation को करने के लिए, more resources will be used. Okay, and I need more space. Right. So that is the meaning of DOM manipulation. Okay, that you will change the HTML elements directly. Okay, and you have to traverse the elements also. Okay, guys who don't have any idea what is DOM manipulation, I'll just give you one example. Okay, so let us understand with the help of example. I'll make one new folder and I'll write vanilla.js. Okay, let us open this folder with VS Code. Okay, I'll make one file index.html. Okay, I'll create the boilerplate code. Okay, so I'll create the boilerplate code. Now I want to write some JavaScript, so I'll make the script tag. Okay, now inside the script tag, what is the meaning of DOM manipulation? So if I make, suppose I make one element that is h1. If I write heading 1, okay. Now suppose if I want to change this h1, then I need to do two things. First is traversing the DOM, and second one is DOM manipulation. So to traverse the DOM, what I can do? I need to give one ID here so that this element can be uniquely identified. So what I need to do, I'll make one variable. So let us say let h1 is equals to document. I will traverse the document dot get element by ID. Okay, give me the element that have the ID of head. So this is the meaning of traversing the DOM. So if I'm writing this line, what will happen in the backend? That HTML, my JavaScript will read the code line by line. Okay, and when it reaches this line, okay, then that element is found with the ID head. So it will return that element. So that is the meaning of traversing the DOM, document object model. Now, what is manipulation? I can change the element. So I can change the text content of the element. Okay, so here I have written heading 1. Okay, so let us first see the output, whether I'm getting heading 1 in the browser or not. So you can see heading 1 is there. So suppose if I want to manipulate it, that is the meaning of manipulation. Okay, you just change the elements. So I will just manipulate it by writing h1 dot text content is equals to, I want to give heading 2. So let us see what is the output now. So you can see it is changed to heading 2. So this is the meaning of DOM manipulation. Okay. So that is how we manipulate the elements in the HTML with the help of JavaScript. Right. So let us go back to our slide now. Okay. So if I build a single page application with vanilla JavaScript, pure JavaScript that I have used here. So you requires a lot of DOM manipulation and traversing. That is the imperative approach. So that is the thing that I have done. Okay, document dot query selector, document dot, then document dot style display. I will change the here they have changed the text content also. You can see. Right. Now, what is the second problem? The state, or we can say data. Data is usually stored in the DOM only. Okay. How data is storing in the DOM only? Let us understand. Okay, so this is my data, right? So this is my data. It is storing in this H1 element. You can see on the browser. Okay, heading 2 is there. So data is stored on the DOM only. So that is also a very costly operation to perform in this front end. Okay, so there is a lot of complexity, lot of costly operations that I'm performing through DOM manipulation and traverse. So that is the problem with single page applications with vanilla JavaScript. Okay, now why do front end framework exist? Okay, I have already answered that question that if you make a fully fledged website with the help of only HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, then it is very hard, really hard to keep the data in sync with UI. Okay, so that is why we have front end frameworks like React, Vue, or Selvit, or Angular. Okay, then Next.js to take the hard work away from the developer. So we don't need any DOM manipulation or any traversing of DOM. Okay, so these front end frameworks make our life more easy. Okay, by keeping our data in sync with the UI. Okay, now what is the second answer? They enforce a correct way of structuring and writing code. Okay, therefore contributing to solving the problem of spaghetti code. So what is the spaghetti code? Means if you write the code without any structure, without any pattern, or without any architecture, okay, so your code will be a lot of mess. So that is called spaghetti code. So that is why we use frameworks to enforce a correct way of structuring or to encourage the proper architecture of any application. Right. Now, what is the third point? That they give developers and teams a consistent way of building front-end applications. Okay, we have a consistent way, consistent approach, consistent methods of building front-end applications by using front-end frameworks or libraries like React, Vue, and Angular. Okay, so everyone is clear up till here why we need front-end frameworks like React and Angular. Yes, please write yes or no in the chat box so that we can proceed further. Okay. Okay, so that is the reason we why we use front-end frameworks. Yes, Josh, if you don't have any idea about Java or JavaScript, it is totally beginner friendly. Okay, we are just seeing the theory. I'm not teaching any coding. Okay, I'm just telling you that why these front-end frameworks exist. Okay, just pay attention what I'm telling. Okay, then you will get the whole idea. Yes, this stream will be available after live. Yes, Pankaj, it will be available. No? Yes. This stream will be available after live. Okay. Okay. Now let us understand our next pointer. Now the real objective of our session arrives. Okay. What is React? So React is a library. Okay, so first of all, clear this thing that React is a JavaScript library. So don't tell anyone that React is a JavaScript framework. Okay, it is a JavaScript library for building user interfaces, or we can say for building front end. Okay, now now let us see the proper definition of React. So React is extremely popular, declarative, not imperative, as I said, component based, state driven JavaScript library for building user interfaces. And it is created by Facebook, if you know. So, guys, can you tell me that do you know that what is the meaning of library first? So first we need to understand what is library. Then you will get the whole big picture of React. Yes, please write just yes or no. Do you know what is library? Okay, yes, yes. Everyone is telling yes. Okay, for the guys who don't know what is a library, okay, I'll tell you. Okay, library, we can take one example. Okay, so we have instant food in the market, right? Okay, so we have instant rotis, instant paratha, right? So why we need instant food if we can make our own food? Just give me the answer. We have instant food in the market. Instant rotis are there, instant paratha are there. If we can make our own rotis and paratha, then why I need instant food? To save time. Okay. Yes, yes, less time. Right. So everyone is saving time. It will, yes, efforts. Right, right, right. Okay, it will save your two things, time and efforts. Okay, so two things are saved here. So that is the use of library, just to save your time and effort. So we have many libraries. So let us take the example of Bootstrap, the most popular HTML, CSS, JavaScript library in the world. Okay, everyone must have heard about the Bootstrap. Okay, what is Bootstrap? So here, what you get here, you get your instant food, instant code. Okay, so if you go to components, and if I want to make one card, so what you can do, if you want to make this card, you just have to copy this code and you just have to cook this code in your project. Okay, so that is the use of library. Okay, so everyone got the idea that why we use library? Yes, yes, to access ready-made components and ready-made things. Okay. Yes, Sadia, just wait for the session to finish. You will get your certificate. Okay. Just focus what I'm teaching here. Okay, if you didn't get the Excel certificate, post it on the website. Okay. So libraries are clear. Okay, so let us understand this React definition now. So based on components. Now what are components? So here what we do, we split our website in components. Okay. So how we can split our website in components? In a website, there are many components like nav bar is there, navigation bar, then footer is there. Okay, then images are there, cards are there. So there are different building blocks of a website. Okay. So we split our website in components. Okay, so suppose I splitted my website in three components, one for navigation bar, one for footer, and third one for the product card. Okay. So we build complex UI by building and combining multiple components. Okay. So instead of making the whole code in a single page, I'll split my website in different components. Then I will call that components in my web pages wherever I need them. So that is the meaning of components. Now, second, here you can see the Airbnb example. Okay, there are different components. So navbar is a component, search is a component, results is a component, listing is a component. Okay, and map is a component. Okay, so this is how we split our website in different components. Now, second one is declarative. Now, what is declarative? Okay, so we describe how components look like and how they work using a declarative syntax called JSX. So JSX stands for JavaScript extension. Okay, which provides you a declarative approach. So what is declarative approach now? If you have used HTML and CSS, okay, so in HTML and CSS we just declare that this content should be heading and it should have the font size of 3.2. So it is the declarative approach. So here we simply use our HTML and CSS in React so that we can declare that what content we need on the website, of what font size or what margin or what color. Okay. Then React is an abstraction away from DOM. We never touch the DOM. Okay. So that we will learn in our later slides that how React is an abstraction and how React never uses the DOM. Okay, now JSX. So JSX combine HTML, CSS, JavaScript as well as referencing other components. You can see here. Right. Okay, now what is state driven? Okay, states are just like variables. Okay, in programming languages, we make variables. Okay, so in React, we call that variables as states, which hold our data. Okay, so the data should render on the UI, and if the data changes, it should re-render on the UI. Okay, now JavaScript library. Okay, so React is a library, as I told you. And based on React library, there are Next and Remix frameworks, which are complete frameworks built on the top of React library. Okay. Nowadays, React is very extremely popular. Okay. Many large companies have adopted React. You can see PayPal is there, Tesla is there, Netflix is there, IMDb, Airbnb, and Microsoft Dropbox. Okay, so large companies have adopted React and using React in their own products. Then huge job market with high demand for React developers. Okay, there is a okay, just give me a minute. Okay, so where were we? Yes, so huge job market with high demand for React developers. Okay, so if you search the internet for React jobs, so you will get around 70% jobs based on React only in front end. I'm talking. Okay, so in front end, 70% of job market is React based on. Now, large and vibrant React developer community. Here you get a very good developer community where you can learn React, and if you get stuck in React, you can ask other fellow developers. So they will give you a solution how you can solve them. Okay, then it is a gigantic third-party library ecosystem. So this library is very vast. Okay, so it is not a small library like Bootstrap or Tailwind. Okay, it is a very vast library. Then the last thing is it is created by Facebook in 2011 by Jordan Walkie and engineering working at Facebook at that time. Okay. And React was open sourced in 2013 and then completely transformed the front end web development. Okay. So it was a revolution to front end web development when React was created. Right. Okay, so if you want to make a React project, now there are two options for you. Okay, you can use the create React app template or you can use the Vite. Okay, so using CRA or create React app, okay, complete starter kit for React application. Okay, it gives you a starter kit or you can say template for creating React application. Now everything is already configured. Okay, ESLint, Prettier. So there are some extensions for testing and for keep track of your code. So everything is pre-configured. Okay, uses slow and outdated technologies like Webpack. Okay, so where we can use Create React app for the tutorials or experiments. Okay, don't use for real world applications. So Create React app is just for learning purpose. Okay. So if you want to make a modern real world application, you should use the Vite. So it is a modern build tool that contains a template for setting up React applications. Need to manually set up ESLint and extremely fast. It have a HMR, that is hot module replacement. So whatever you change in your code will be instantly get reflected in your front end. So that is called the HMR. Right. Okay, now let us understand this thing. Okay, imperative and declarative. Okay, so what is the imperative approach? That manual DOM element selection and DOM traversal, which I did here. Okay, so you can see here I manually selected the element in the DOM. Okay, and step by step DOM mutations until we reach the desired UI. Okay, and I step by step mutate the same element until I get that desired appearance, or we can say desired UI. Okay, so that is the imperative approach. We have to tell what to do, right? And what is the declarative approach? That describe what UI should look like using JSX based on current data. Okay, as I said, you just have to tell it that this content should be H1 and it should have the font size of 3.2 pixels and it should have a color of red. Okay, so that is the declarative approach. Okay, so everyone got the idea what is React and why we use React. Then we will proceed further and we will see how we can use React. Just write yes or no in the chat box. Okay, okay, yes, yes. Okay, I want yes from all the guys who have joined. Okay, so that we can proceed further. Sir, recommend the best laptop for coding and editing in low budget. Okay, there is no best laptop. I'll tell you the minimum configuration. Okay, the minimum configuration should be you should have i5 processor. Okay, if you have i5 processor and 8 GB RAM, you can do coding and editing, both things. Okay, okay. Thank you, guys. So everyone is responding. So everyone is excited to use React. So let us proceed. Okay. So as I told that there are two things that we can use: create React app or Vite for developing the React project. But here in this session, I'll tell you one more way how you can use React. How React was used in 2011. ओके, जब रिएक्ट 2011 में लॉन्च हुआ था तब उसको कैसे यूज किया जाता था हम वो देखेंगे. ओके, so let us see how React was used back in 2011. Okay, these create React app and Vite, these are the modern way of creating React application. We will see that how React was invented and how it was used back in 2011. Okay, so let us see. We will see React from zero. Okay, from zero level. So for using React, okay, what I need to do, I'll make a project folder. I'll name it as React, pure React. I'll tell it as pure React. Okay, you will know why I'm naming this as pure React. So pure React. Okay, I'll open this folder in VS Code. Now let us make one index.html file. Okay, the same HTML file I need to create. Right. So guys, let me know that you have used the Bootstrap. Anyone use the Bootstrap? Write yes in the chat box. Okay. Okay, so if you have used the Bootstrap, then you must know that if you want to use, okay, if you guys don't know how to use the Bootstrap, I'll tell you. Okay, just go to the Bootstrap website. Okay, and you will get some CDN. Okay, so it is telling you that include via CDN. So what is CDN? CDN stands for Content Delivery Network. Okay, so I have to copy these links and I just have to paste it in my index.html. Okay, so I'll create the boilerplate code. And in the head tag, you must paste these CDN links. So I'll paste both of these CDN links. Let us close this one. Okay, and this one also. Okay, so now you are already set for using the Bootstrap. Okay, so let us close this also. So if you want to use Bootstrap, just now go to Docs and go to Navbar. Suppose if you want to create one navigation bar. So what you can do, you can just simply copy this code and just paste it here and just run your code. So go live. So you can see I have built a nav bar using Bootstrap. Okay. So this is how we can use the Bootstrap by using CDN. Okay, content delivery network. Okay. So likewise, I have used the Bootstrap library. So I will use the React library also by the CDN. Okay, so you can find the CDN on Google. So if you write React CDN, okay, so here you will get the CDN links of React. So there are these two links. Okay. So we need two things here. Okay, one is the React library and React DOM library. So two things I need. Okay, so let us see which one to use. The versions above are only meant for development. Okay, so let us copy this. Copy the CDN. Okay, now I will delete this bootstrap code. Okay, let us delete this bootstrap CDN also. Now paste our React CDN. Okay, so you can see my React CDNs are implemented here. Now what you need to do, you have to make one div. Okay, and let us give the class of root, or we can say ID of root. So div ID. Okay, why I'm making this div ID root? Because here my application will be rendered in this div, in this box. Now let us use the script tag. Okay, I can make one script tag. Now inside the script tag, I can write my React code. Okay, so what we need to do first? First, we need to write React. Okay, by using this React object, you can access things here. So what I need to do here? First, I will write React dot create element. Okay, and we can make one element. Suppose if you want to, okay, here it is giving you that syntax. Okay, so if you want to make one tag, you have to give the tag name. So let us make one h1. So I'm making h1 here. Okay, then second thing, options. So I don't want to give any options, so null. Okay, and third, we need to give the content. So I want to write heading inside it, right? So this is how we create elements with the help of React. Okay, you will make use of the React library, and by using dot create element function, you can create elements like h1. Okay, let us store it in the variable. So I will make one variable. So by using const keyword, I can make one variable. So let's say const h1 equals to react dot create element. Okay, now next thing what I need to do, I need to render this h1 tag which I made inside this div. Okay, inside this box, I have to put this. So for that, I have to use my React DOM library. Okay, so we can make one const. Okay, so const root. So why I'm making this const root? So in this root variable, my whole React application will be same. So here I can write React DOM. Okay, React DOM dot. Now I will write create root function. Okay, so it will create the root of our application. And in this create root, what I will do, I will target this div. So how we can target this div? I already told you document dot get element by ID, and here we will give the ID root. So it will target this root. Now I need to give the third line. Okay, that is root dot render. Okay, so what I need to give in root dot render, I need to give React dot create element. Okay, and we can give the element, or we can say we can give the h1. Okay, we already made the element. So let us check if it is working or not. So you can see it is working, right? And let us see and inspect. Okay, let us zoom it a little bit. And inside the body, you will see that I have this div ID root. And inside this div ID root, I have created this h1 element. But in the code, you can see. Okay, I haven't written anything here. I have created that h1 element through React only. Okay, so that h1 is rendering here inside this root, and in the script you will see my React code. Okay, so this is how React was used back in 2011 when it was introduced in the market. Okay, so everyone got the idea how to use pure React, means inside your index.html without any templating engine, without any scaffolding. Okay, you can use the pure React in your index.html. So was it clear to you guys? Okay, okay, okay. So now that is why JSX was introduced inside the React, because before, okay, before if you want to make the elements in React, then you have to make like this by using this dot create element function. So that is why JSX was introduced in the React, so that we can make use of simple HTML and CSS for making elements in React. So if you type JSX, okay, so here it is written. Okay, so introducing JSX. Okay, so instead of making elements with create element, you can just write the HTML tags. Okay, so here it is. Here are some examples. Okay, so now let us talk about the documentation, React documentation. Okay, so if you want to learn any technology, sir, what's the use of React? Okay, watch the video after this live stream. You'll get it. So if you want to learn any technology, okay, what you can do, you just go to its documentation. So for React, if you write React documentation, so you will get a documentation here. Okay, so it is telling that getting started, how you can start with React. Okay, so here it is given. Okay, so try React. Online playgrounds are there like CodePen, Code Sandbox, where you can run your React code. Okay, you can also add React to a website that I did here. Okay, add React to an HTML page in 1 minute. Okay, so you just have to, okay, just make one div and just give the CDN and just make the elements that I did here. Okay, so this is called the pure React. But for building modern applications, we will not use the pure React. Okay, for building modern applications, we will use the scaffolding tools like Create React App or Vite. Okay, so please refer to this documentation if you want to learn React. So everything is given here. Okay, main concepts are there. Okay, then advanced guides are there. So everything will be here if you want to learn React. Right. So let us understand this scaffolding tools now. Okay, how we can get a boilerplate for React applications. So first I will create with CRA. Okay, create React app से भी मैं बनाऊंगा और read से भी मैं बनाऊंगा. Right. Let us create it first with CRA, create React app. So if you open that folder in VS Code, then you can open your terminal. So terminal tab will be there on the top of your bar. Okay, so your terminal will be opened here, right? And one more thing, if you want to use React in your system, so you need to install Node. Okay. So Node.js means run JavaScript everywhere. So Node is a JavaScript runtime. Okay, where you can run your JavaScript code inside your Windows, Linux, or Mac OS. So that is why if you want to use React in your system, so please download Node. First, you need to download this Node. Then only you will be able to use React. Okay. So let us close this and close this. Okay, now here what I need to do, I need to check the node whether it is installed or not. So you can write node dash dash version. So it will tell you that node version this is installed. Okay, so now I can make use of React. So for creating a boilerplate code for React, you have to write one command, that is npm, and create React app. Okay, unknown command. Okay, wait, create React app. Okay, let us check the command. I think I forgot the command. I generally used wheat. Okay, I don't use CRA. So let us check the command. So create React app. Okay, so wherever you will get stuck, just see this documentation. Okay, so the command is right. Npm create React app. Okay, I need to give the app also. Create React app, my app. Okay, let us create with npx. Npm is not getting that command. Let us use npx. So npx create React app. Please specify the project directory. Okay, dot slash. So this is the command that you have to use. Npx create React app, and dot slash means I need to create the project in this same folder. So that is why I have included dot slash here. So let us see. Okay, it will take some time. It will take around 2 to 3 minutes. Okay, for making this project. Okay, just give me a minute. My battery is down. I need to plug my charger. Okay, let us continue. Yes, yes, Pranjali, NPX. Okay, it will take a lot of time. So that is why it was written in the slide that create React app takes it is very slow. It takes a lot of time. So let us wait for it. Okay, till then we can create the app with Vite. So Vite is super fast. Okay, in just 30 seconds or 40 seconds, you can make one React application with the help of Vite. So the same process. Go to terminal, new terminal. Okay. So here you just need to write npm create wheat, unknown command. Okay, okay, hyphen is not there, I guess. Okay, now it is asking you the project name. Okay, so I don't want to create any new folder, so I will write dot slash. In the same folder, I need to create the project. Now it is asking you that select a framework. Okay, so it is vanilla, Vue, React. Okay, pre-React, P-React, Lit, Selvit, Solid. Okay, so many things are there. So I need to select the React. Okay, now it is asking whether you want to select TypeScript or JavaScript. So I want to code in JavaScript. So you can see it is telling me that scaffolding is done. Okay, scaffolding is done. You just now need to run these two commands, npm install and npm run dev. Now, why we need to run this npm install command? Let us see. So this is our project folder. Let us understand it first. Okay. So here I have some Vite configuration files. Okay. Then I have README file. Okay, it will tell you that how to use this template. Then I have one package.json file. Okay. So inside this package.json file, I have some dependencies. Okay, that is I have React and React DOM. Okay, so I need to install these dependencies. So that is why it is telling me that you should run this command npm install. Okay, we have certain development dependencies also. Okay, so we need to install all of these. So let us write npm I. Okay, npm I is short for install. Okay, so it will npm I command will install all the packages. Okay, and one node modules folder will be created here after installing the packages. Okay, so you can see node modules folder is created, right? And my packages are installing. Let us see. Okay, let's wait for these packages to get installed. Okay, so you can see my packages are installed. So to check whether if your packages are installed, you can go to this node modules folder and you can search for these dependencies. Okay. So let us search for React first. Okay, so React is installed or not. Let us scroll down to R. Okay, VILOP. Okay, so here is the R. So you can see this React folder is there. Okay, so this is installed. Okay, let us see if React DOM is installed. So you can see React DOM is also installed. Okay, so my packages are installed. Now I am ready to make use of this project. Now to run your project, so go live is not the option to run this project. So for running your project, you can see the command here. Okay, so you have to run npm run dev. Okay, or if you don't know the command, you can check in package.json also. So in the package.json command will be there. So you can see dev. Okay, so npm run dev command is there. So I can write npm run dev. Okay, so it is telling me that it is ready. Okay, and this is the URL where project is hosted, and you can go click on this URL and navigate, and you can see my Vite plus React project is ready. Okay, here is one counter. If you click it, it will increase. It will get incremented by one. Okay, and it is telling me that added src app.jsx and save to test HMR. Okay, let's do it. Okay, let us keep these two things side by side. Okay, let us open src. Okay, and it is telling me that edit src app.jsx. So there is one app.jsx file. Now this is not a JavaScript file. Okay, so please notice here. Okay, it is not a pure JavaScript file. It is a JSX file. So what is JSX? As I told you, you can write HTML inside your JavaScript and JavaScript inside your HTML and vice versa. Okay, so this is the app.jsx. Let us delete this return code. Okay, let us delete all this code. Okay, let us delete this use state. I don't need this use state. Okay, here I can just make one simple h1. I can write hello world. Okay, so you can see hello world is printing. So this is called the HMR, hot module replacement. As soon as I make changes in my code, okay, it instantly get reflected in my browser. Okay, and you can see here also, if you open the terminal, in terminal also it will tell you that okay, HMR update in src app.js. So it will also tell you that in which file you are changing the code. Okay. So that is the beauty of Vite. Okay, so now let us see how we can make components in React. Or before making components, let us understand the boilerplate first. Okay, so let us see this main.jsx. What is in the main.jsx? So it is having React DOM.create root. Okay, then document.get element by id root. Okay, and then dot render function is there, and what they are rendering, they are rendering. So wait a minute. Okay, so I have already written this code, right, in my pure React application. Okay, in which I have created an HTML file. Okay, let us see where is that index.html. There is that index.html, and you can see the same div id root is there. Okay. So the thing that we are doing here is the same that we have done in pure React. You can see. Okay, everything is as it is. Nothing is changed. Okay, you can see div ID root is there, and here also you can see. Okay, let us delete this CRA. It is stuck. So yes. So here also you can see div ID root is there. Right now, what type of script it is including main.jsx. So let us go on main.jsx. Okay, let us compare our code. So here I have used create element for creating elements. Then create root and render I have used. So here also they have used create root and render. Okay, so everything is same. Okay, what Weed does is Weed just give you some additional, we can say functionality like HMR. Okay, HMR modules, or we can say it give you a template. Okay, for a ready-made template for creating React application. Okay, so everyone got it. Just write yes or no in the chat box. Okay. Okay, now let us continue to making components. Okay, how we can make components. So for making components, what you can do, you let us first clean our project folder. Okay, so what is in the public folder? Okay, there is one icon. I don't need this icon. Delete it. What is in the asset folder? Okay, one React logo. I don't need it. Delete it. Okay, app.css. I don't need any CSS. Delete it. Index.css. Okay, I don't need CSS. So delete whole CSS. Okay, I don't need any app.js code, so delete it. Okay, just leave this code as it is. Okay, so main.jsx code is important. Everything else I have deleted. Now to make a component, what you need to do? Okay, you can write your code. Okay, you can write a function. Okay, then you can write app. Okay, you can give curly braces. Okay, and here you can return anything. Okay, so I need to return a div, or we can say h1. And I will write heading. Okay, and let us export it. So export default and app. So why I'm exporting it? Because it is used here. You can see, and it is importing import app. So that is why I have to export from here. So this is the very normal way of making a component. Okay, you just have to make one function, write the name of the function, give round brackets, curly braces, and return any HTML element. So let us see whether it is working or not. What can you more clear about what is rendering? Okay, if you understand the rendering in React, then we should learn about the states first. Okay, so states are important. So let us see if we'll reach up to states, or we will cover it in the next slide. So you can see heading is coming. Okay, so heading is there. So this is the very basic way of creating components. Now suppose this is my heading component. Suppose I want to make another component. So you can make another function. Okay, let us say I want to make one function and paragraph. Okay, I want to make one paragraph. So I made this paragraph function, give round brackets, curly braces, give one return and return one p tag. Okay, and give lorem. So it will create one dummy paragraph. Okay, let us go to the home. Now what I can do? I can make use of this paragraph component inside this app component. So how we can use it? So for using different components, we just give the round brackets. And here you need to give one div. So we need a parent element to wrap these two elements. So h1 will be there. So that is the heading. And I want to call this paragraph component. So for calling a component in React, okay, you have to just write the syntax of HTML, give the angular bracket, write the name of the component, then it is a self-closing tag, so give slash and close it. So now let us see after heading if I am able to see the paragraph. So you can see paragraph is there. Okay, so this is like this. You can create the different components. Okay, so suppose this is your main app component. Your whole application is there. Now here, what you can do, you can call different components like navbar. Okay, so first there will be navbar. Then second there will be hero section. Okay, then third there will be footer. Okay. And here you can make those components. Okay, function. Let us make one navbar. So navbar. Okay, and with the curly braces fun function. Okay, and here simply give the return. Okay, and what I need to return? I need to return a nav tag. So nav tag is used for making navigation bar, and you can write nav bar. Okay, let us check. Okay, so nothing is there because I have some errors in my file. You can see. So let us delete these two. So you can see nav bar is there. So this is all about the components, how you can make components and render it on the screen. Right? You can make use of this components. Right? Now, there is one shortcut also. So if you don't want to do hard coding, you can just write RAFCE and one ready-made component will be there. So you can make ready-made components also. Right. So this is about the components in React. Okay, what is the use of these both files? Okay, why we need these files, I will tell you. So this is my page where my website will be rendered. Okay, in this div tag, right? So I need to render my application inside this div tag. So for that, I need to include one script that is the main.jsx. So in my main.jsx, okay, let us keep these side by side so you will get a clear idea. Okay. So here I have created one root element. So document dot get element by id root. So that is taking this div. Okay. Now in this root div, what I need to do? I need to render. Okay. What you need to render in this div? I need to render this app component. So app is our component. So that is why we need app.js. Okay. Where I will return the elements. So I need to render one heading. So I will make h1 tag and write heading. And you can see that heading is there. So that is why we need two things. Okay. App.jsx and main.jsx. Sir, what is that UTF-8? UTF-8 is the character set. Okay. So there are different character sets. Okay, so if you search for the character set, character sets. Okay, so character sets are used to represent characters. Okay. So अलग-अलग जैसे कीबोर्ड्स होते हैं, राइट? कुछ चाइनीज कीबोर्ड भी होते हैं, उर्दू कीबोर्ड भी होते हैं, तो उनके अलग-अलग कैरेक्टर सेट होते हैं. दैट इज द UTF-8 फॉर इंग्लिश कीबोर्ड कैरेक्टर. Please explain the file structure. Okay, so file structure is very simple. Okay, it is not that much complex. One node modules is there. Node modules where your all the packages. Okay, so package.json, these all these packages will be installed. So that is why we need node modules folder. Then there will be one SRC folder where your application code will be there, whole application code. Okay. Then there is one eslint.cjs. So why we need eslint? Because whenever I make mistake, suppose I make some mistake here. Okay, so, okay, this is not a mistake. Okay, let us delete this step. So you can see it is highlighting me with this red color and I can hover on it and I can see that. So what is the error? So that is why we use this ESLint. It will tell you that if you are writing code, if you are making some errors or not. Okay, and these file colors also get changed. So you can see app.jsx is now in red color. Okay, if I correct it, so it will be converted back to white color. Okay, then in source we have our application files. So ESLint is there, git ignore is there. Why we need git ignore? So if you want everything, means anything that is to be ignored by Git, you don't want to upload node modules to GitHub. So that is why I have included node modules in git ignore. Then index.html, this is our web page. So where our React application will be rendered. And package log.json is there. So why we need package log.json? It logs the versions of your packages. Okay, so suppose if your friend is using this project. Okay, so if you have built this project using React version 18, and suppose your friend is using React version 20. So so to match that version compatibility, we need this package.json. Okay, then there is one README file where all the instructions are given to run this project, and Vite config. So it is the configuration that is provided by Vite. Okay, some plugins will be there that are used by Vite. So this is the project folder, right? So everyone got it that why we use React, okay, and how we can start learning React. Okay, write yes or no in the chat box. Yes, write yes or no in the chat box. Okay. How to use CRA? Okay, for using CRA, just okay, we will open that folder. Okay, so that project is created. Okay, it takes some time. You have to just write that command only. Okay, the project folder is same. Okay, CRA, the project folder is same. There will be one public folder where all your images will be there. Index.html. Okay, same code, div ID root. Okay, then in source, same code. Index.js, create root, render it. So code is the same. Okay, these are just two different templates. Next.js is used more. Who is telling that Next.js is used more? Next.js is a framework based on React. Okay, and it is used for server-side rendering. Sir, in this also we are describing how the UI should look like using JSX, but by adding a layer of abstraction, how come it becomes declarative programming? Okay, so if you want to create element, if you want to create an element using pure React, so you cannot use JSX. Okay, so you have to use the imperative approach. That is, you have to write React dot create element. Okay, and now we need to import the React. Okay, it is asking, it is telling that over on it, React is not defined. So define the React. So import React from React. Okay, now I want to create the element. Now I want to define everything. Okay, the element should be h1. Okay, then the attributes will be null, and the content that I want to write is the heading. Okay, now what I can do, I can return this element. So just return it. Let us see. So you can see heading is there. Okay. So this is the imperative approach. We have to tell React that I want to create element that will be h1 and heading, and there will be content heading. Okay, through JSX, okay, we just use a declarative programming. Okay, make one heading one and give the content heading. So that is the difference between imperative and declarative. Then what is the difference between CRA and Vite? Okay, I already discussed it. I guess you joined late. Okay, so where was the difference? So here is the difference between CRA and Vite. Okay, so CRA gives you the complete start for React application, and Vite will give you modern build tool that contains a template for setting up React application. Both will give you a template. Okay. Then why we don't use create React app? Because it uses slow and outdated technologies. So that is why we saw that it was taking too much of time for creating this React app. And it is extremely fast, okay, due to hot module replacement. Right. So we use CRA for tutorials or experiments. We don't use it for real world applications. And we use Vite for building modern real world applications. So that is the difference between CRA and Vite. Which one is more easy to learn, React or Angular? React. Okay, because in React there is unidirectional data binding, and in Angular there is two-way data flow. So that is very complex to manage. So that is why React is much easier than Angular. Syntax is same. Yes, syntax is same. Okay, guys. So I guess your quiz is live now. So just go to your quiz, and you can earn your certificate by giving that quiz. Okay, we will create our next React.js series in which we will continue this part. Okay, so you guys can give the quiz and get the certificate of this live. So thank you guys. Thank you for being my audience. Okay, and feedbacks are highly appreciated. So just let me know that whether you enjoyed in this session or whether you find something useful in this session. Okay, and just give your feedback. I want to know. Yes, thank you, Aditya. Okay, okay, it means a lot. Okay, why rest of the students are not giving feedback? Please give the feedback. Amazing. Okay, thanks, Rudra. Okay, amazing. Okay, thank you guys. Thank you. Okay, just support us like this, and we will be creating a series of lives. Okay, in the upcoming days. Okay, thank you, Pranjali. Yes, thanks, Kunal. Thanks. Okay. Okay, Krishna will give you more and more information in the upcoming lives. Next series कब start होगा sir? Okay, Rudra, if you want to watch the next series, then you will get the notification in our that marketing group. So Pankaj, can you give the link of our marketing group? Okay, thank you, Prathamesh. Thank you. Yes, thank you, Kesh. Thank you, Pratham. Yes. Okay. Thank you, Darshan. Thank you, Samriddhi. Okay, so here is our WhatsApp community, guys. So you can join our bootcamp group, and you will get every notification about the bootcamps here. Okay, thank you, Kaushal. Thank you, Prasad. Yes, you got your certificate. Okay, guys. So let's end up this live, and hope we will meet again with the same energy and same excitement. Okay. So you'll get the notification about our upcoming lives in this WhatsApp group. So do follow this group, and let's meet again. So thank you.